Hello, you sneak.
Hey, is he here?
Dr. Mark? No, he snuck out like he was stealing something. What is up with that? It feels like ever since Crush, you two are back in the ice capades. Do we hate him again? Let me know so I can just get in the right mode. Oh, Dr. Mark. Dr. Mark.
No, I'm just trying to be professional.
Oh, mixing things up. Okay, I get it, because you don't want to mix business with...
Right.
Though, that might be hard given our special guest.
Guest? Evening, cutie.
Alex! Hey, come here.
I got my flight pushed back a day, and 4 weeks away is agony. And I don't want to waste a moment.
You're gonna watch the show?
I am your biggest fan. You okay?
Absolutely better than okay. I'm outstanding. Just a little surprised. Good surprised, great surprised. But how?
Well, I asked this gentleman.
You're welcome.
Since when do you talk to Frank?
Only once or twice a week.
What?
Oh, hey, did Peter ever give you back your lucky pen?
Who's Peter?
No, and he's in Toledo for a month.
That scumbag.
Yeah, your words.
Am I asleep? This feels like a dream.
Could be.
Oh, nice.
Not that kind of dream.
Oh.
Oh.
You know, I'm surprised you're surprised. I mean, Frank is your best friend.
Is he? But we haven't talked about it.
Okay, work husband.
I think that's worse.
Oh, more of a Dr. Mark lady.
How do you know about Dr. Mark?
I showed up early, got to listen to his show while I caught up with Horatio. You didn't tell me your new boss was such a snack.
New boss's son, and it's.
That must be distracting. He looks like he's carved out of teak wood.
Horny Geppetto has entered the chat. Ew.
Have you seen his forearms?
Yeah, and what is it with you two and...
Don't worry about it, but I'd take JoJo any day. I can sink into her butt like a memory foam pillow.
Oh my God, can I go home?
It's like flying first class.
Man, I can only imagine. The first class part, not the... Ugh, no, just...
Oh my God, speaking of, there's a poster of the show in the Denver airport. I took a picture of it for you. Check it out.
That's our show, all right.
Dr. Mark is really making you a star.
Yeah, he's really into that stuff.
So what's the theme for tonight? I feel like a groupie hanging out backstage.
You're really gonna hang out the whole time?
Tonight? I'm all yours.
I guess I'm just not used to having an audience. I got a little stage fright.
I beg your pardon?
You don't count.
Don't mind me. Just pretend I'm not here. Just pretend I don't even exist. Ooh, just a ghost.
Oh, you heard her, kiddo. Put the Ouija board away, cans on.
Break a leg, cutie.
Oh, thanks.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, babe.
All right, here goes nothing, you two. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good night, cuties, and welcome to Josie's Lonely Hearts Club. I'm your host, Josie Heller. Let's spend the night together. You know, a certain gadabout, a bon vivant, once said, I can resist anything but temptation. Now, I'd say those were words to live by, but he was also sold out by his friends, went to prison, and died an impoverished pariah. But this isn't 1897, and I think it's important to be earnest once in a while. So let's talk about temptation. It's agonizing, isn't it? Look, but don't touch. Bite your lip and try another cold shower. But I've seen you around, cuties. Dropping those hints, giving me that extended eye contact. You thought I didn't notice? You must know the effect you have on me. How my heart races when you're around. How the air gets syrupy and charged when we're together. How I keep finding excuses to see you, to talk to you. Desperate to stretch these stolen moments into furtive fantasies. Sometimes you're all I think about. Desire hijacking all my common sense. I think we've all been there. Maybe it's a person. Maybe it's a lemon lavender shortbread. Maybe it's a craps table. How can we walk the tightrope between giving and giving in? What if temptation is the mind's way of saying you could have it so much better? After all, we've only got one life. And what if that guilt is the only thing standing in the way of everything you want? Step into my confessional and absolve yourselves. 505-555 KDNM is the way, the truth, and the hotline. I won't make you say any Hail Marys. but I might just bring you to your knees. Frank, light the incense for our first parishioner, won't you?
I'm tempted to start us off with Jordan from Carbondale.
Jordan from Carbondale, welcome to the show.
Hey, Josie. Thanks for having me. I have this strong temptation to read something that I'm not allowed to read.
Oh no.
So let me give you some background. My partner is a journaler. When I'm doing random stuff around the house or when I'm doing my Zumba videos, I catch him out of the corner of my eye. I'll catch him laugh and look down and write. What is so funny? It's driving me nuts, Josie. He's always got his little journal with him. It never leaves his side unless he's asleep. And right now it is here and he is out. You just talk me off the ledge, Josie. I'm going to read it.
Oh, look, you can't. You cannot, Jordan. You don't know what you're going to see.
We're getting married.
Mm.
What if I start my life with this man and we walk off into the sunset and I have no idea that he thinks I dance stupid? So I am putting art up on the walls. I put up a painting that I made in this little painting class that I took. I look back and I ask him, what do you think? And he quietly nods and then looks down and starts writing while looking at the painting.
Tell him to read some. It'll be fun later.
We're going out to dinner with his folks. How do I look? He giggles and says, sure, and then pulls his journal out to write something.
Any lifestyle changes with you or your partner? Is he picking up stand-up? Is he trying to write down his little...
If he's been flirting with the idea of doing stand-up, that's a secret that I should know about. We both live very quiet, safe lives. And I feel like, oh God, what if he wants to do stand-up?
Yeah, that would be a tough conversation for me too. I completely understand.
Do you think he's writing stand-up material about me in his journal?
I don't know if it's about you, but when I think of people carrying journals around like that, it's usually writers or journalists or comedians.
Oh God, he did start smoking cigarettes. He's been using the phrase, have you ever noticed? Have you ever noticed that blah, 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 blah? God, oh God,
What does it mean for you, Jordan, if he's talking about you on stage?
It's less about him talking about me. It's just if he's getting up in front of strangers and going on and on about his own thoughts in this depressing, narcissistic way. Honestly, I cannot handle it. Oh my God, this might be the end of it. Oh my God.
I don't even know if there's a stand-up thing. So, but I think it might, based off your feelings and your very visceral reaction to what it would mean to be a stand-up's husband, you should just clear it up with him pretty post-haste to make sure that you can count that out.
I wouldn't need to ask him if I read the book, though.
This has taken on a life of its own. The idea of Thomas doing stand-up is just, it's making it worse. I see what I've done now.
It's too much. It's too much, Josie. I have to know.
Oh my...
Oh, God.
Oh, jokes? No jokes?
Oh, it's just his deepest, darkest secrets. His innermost thoughts.
Oh.
Oh, thank God. Thank you, Josie.
Oh. Okay,
I'm okay.
So glad to hear that, but I'm not particularly proud of you right now.
Honestly, it's worth it. I'm gonna go have a whiskey. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, cutie. See what I mean, Frank? The vices, they come fast and furious, and sometimes we just have to scratch that itch. Now, have we got anybody else?
Hopefully our next caller will tell us, what's the deal with temptation? Am I right?
Oh, don't ever do that again.
I know, I hate myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully Greg from Cimarron can lighten the mood.
Well, hey, Greg. Welcome to the show.
Oh, hey, Josie. I'm a gamer. I've been playing the same game for 15 years now. Me and my best friend from high school have been playing together. Her name is Georgia. And, with the upcoming expansion, we have a really good chance of being the first guild ever to complete the new raid that's coming out. It's hard to explain. It's a huge deal.
It sounds like that would be wonderful.
They also are releasing this feature where 2 players can get married, and you get it's pretty significant. It's like a 5% HP buff.
Oh.
Those small gains are everything. That's how you win or lose.
Oh my.
And so if we were to do this, it would be huge for us. But, I also have a girlfriend, and I don't know, is that okay to do? Would that be cheating?
I can't think of any real reason why your girlfriend would be bothered by it. I mean, unless she's got a reason. Does she have a reason to be bothered?
Yeah, no, it's completely platonic. Nothing's ever happened between us.
Right. I mean, that sounds innocent enough.
But the problem is that, yeah, so this features in the game where you're married to another character, and like there's always like a heart next to George's character's name anytime we're playing. And then to activate that buff I mentioned, you actually have to go into like a 20-second sex cutscene.
My goodness, you get the buff in the buff, I suppose.
It's nothing explicit, but you see the character's clothes come off from tasteful angles, and then it all fades to black. We might do a couple of raids a night, so at least twice a night we watch that.
Does it change the story at all? Does it change the way your characters interact with one another?
Well, we are on an RP server, a role-playing server, and so we do try and play it out a little bit just to give it context. Otherwise, it's just playing for the sake of numbers, and like, what's the point in that?
Right. I love that you come to me and ask about this fidelity question because same game, 15 years, that is not a commitment phobe. So it sounds like it's more about putting your girlfriend's mind at ease. Am I right, Greg?
Yes, exactly. But also doing it in a way that doesn't sink the guild. And we only get one of these raids every couple of years. So really is important that we get it this time.
How well acquainted with the game is your girlfriend? Is she a fan of the game?
In short, no. But she's been trying to get more into the things that I'm into. And she's been watching me play every once in a while. And it's, I really love that she's trying to make that effort and like bridge that gap.
What if you start her at the basic package, the 0 level, however it's said, then she can marry someone in game just like you, and then it's, well...
Oh, I don't know if I'd feel okay with that.
Oh, why not?
There's no way she could get the right items and specs like fast enough to join the guild that way.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. So there's a power imbalance. She can't marry you because she hasn't put in the man hours. Is that about right?
Exactly. That's correct.
I mostly believe that I somewhat understand what you're saying, but the stakes are clear. The stakes are high enough. Well, then I say make this just a big fat joke. When that cutscene happens, you just turn and you smooch that girlfriend. You take that as a 20-second makeout break, so you don't even have to look at it. And then you can just go right back to the game and slay.
That's a great idea, Josie. Thank you.
Greg, I hope that this starts a great conversation in your household and that you are the best guild that there ever was.
Thank you, Josie.
You bet. Night, cutie. All right, cuties, time for a quick break to collect the loot that we get from our advertisers.
All right, that's ads.
Hey, Alex, could you grab me a lozenge from the break room? And not the halls and not the generic eucalyptus ones, but my stash of Ricola?
Ah, yes, Ricola.
Ricola, that's the one. Yeah, I usually have a bag by the microwave behind the solo cups.
Deal. BRB.
Thank you. Okay, Frank, I need your help.
Yeah, I'll say. Don't you remember the bag of Ricola is in my drawer? You got sick of Greg ganking them and he used to use them as eyes, remember?
I know that. I had to buy us some time.
Oh.
I fibbed. Something did happen.
With you and Alex?
With me and Mark.
Ah, I knew it. No one just decides to be professional.
Okay, it's not what you think. Nothing happened. But something happened. Was something almost to happen? I hate feeling like this.
Supported and desired?
No, dumbass, like a two-faced hussy. So I told Mark I wanted him to leave me alone, but then it got, intense, and we almost...
But you didn't. Good job. Just tell Alex about it.
Just tell her I almost cheated on her. Just tell her I want to use my coworker like a mature male iguana uses a rice-filled microwavable sock.
Yeah? Though that's grossly specific. Do you mean like a reptile real doll? Is that...
I don't know, but Dr. Mark is unfortunately fully conversant in the needs of the herpetological sex drive.
How does that even come up? But it doesn't matter. If you guys did shed your skins together, does that work?
Oh, no.
If you did, that might be a problem. But guess what? You didn't. You were a good girlfriend. Tell her about it. She'll laugh. Allie loves that stuff.
Allie?
Yeah, I call her that sometimes. Here, watch. Allie, false alarm on the Ricola. They're in here. Come on. We only got 30 seconds to air.
Scoundrel.
Just talk it out for your own sake. You look like you're going to spontaneously combust.
Then I will have been crushed to death.
You don't have a crush problem. You have a communication problem. Or maybe a monogamy problem.
Wait, what?
There was one little guy stuck way in the back of the everything drawer. There was also a baby hawk in a pile of towels.
You hear that, Joe?
Oh.
You could come clean it off and clear your throat and have a fresh start.
Oh, joy.
And also a baby hawk, I guess. Anyways, we're back to live in 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, cuties. We are discussing all things brings temptation. Frank, let me know if we have any penitent petitioners waiting in the wings.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's dive back sin. Next, we have Kendra calling in from Golden.
Kendra from Golden, I want to welcome you to the show. What's going on?
Hey, Josie, thanks so much for taking my call. So I'm just having a really hard time here. I am in a relationship with someone, and just to give you a little context, I've never been in a monogamous relationship. Did you know that 3% of mammals on planet Earth are monogamous? 3%.
You learn something new every day.
Every single day, but I'm hoping to learn something new today because my current situation is this girl just really, really, really wants to be in this monogamous relationship with me. And you know what? She's awesome. I really, really like this girl. So my question to you is, at what point is it cheating? There's so many rules in this monogamy thing, don't do this, don't talk to this person, don't look at this person, don't kiss this person, don't touch that person's ass.
Wow, that is a sticky question that I think is best handled between you and your partner, because there are different expressions of monogamy.
Okay, let me just throw you an example here. So we're at the bar the other night. Do you think that talking to another person at a bar is considered cheating?
No, I don't.
Neither did I, but then she got really upset when I was making out with him.
But,
so I just don't understand at what point.
Probably the making out. I think the making out monogamy says pretty explicitly, I'm the only person you lock lips with.
So lips. The line is lips.
There are just so many different folks out there with their own expectations and strictures and rules, and far be it from me to tell you or your lady friend how to go about things. But I think if
Do you mind if I throw another example at you? Because I just feel like I'm still really confused about this whole thing. So okay, let's say it's a physical act, right, to help a man tie his tie. That's physical, but is that cheating?
So that is not overtly cheating. I don't think there's a betrayal. You have to be physically close to the person and be touching them, and their chest is right there. That is, and it could be intimate.
Well, I guess my thing is that everything's intimate for me. So what's the difference, right, between tying a man's tie and then helping him tie the tie around my wrist to his bedpost?
Some soft core bondage. Probably to your lady friend would be a step too far.
Okay. What if we just did some quick, because this is really helpful right
Yes,
now.
I love that.
And I'm going to be taking notes here if that's okay. So watching porn, yes or no?
With another person or with your partner?
By myself, watching porn.
To force your partner to be responsible for every one of your orgasms is a lot to ask.
Yeah.
I would say no.
I agree. So then making porn.
Solo? Are you making your own solo?
Oh, sorry, no. This is with a cast and crew and low scale, low budget stuff, but.
Right, some non-union work. That is ambitious.
So here's some more, maybe some quickies, texting.
I don't think so. No.
Okay. What about sexting?
Sexting has the expectation that you're talking about things you want to do. There's an intentionality behind what are you wearing, and this is what I'm thinking about.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, this is good.
But again, there's nothing hard and fast about this. Clearly, everybody is different and has different wants and needs and desires and different things. It's also very, very okay to say, maybe this is not for me.
Josie, I just really want to make it work before, and I wouldn't do this for anyone, I've had people try to push me into the constraints of monogamy before.
And just not always constraining, but I see what you're saying.
It feels like I'm in those jackets that you wear when you're in an insane asylum. But anyways, what I'm saying is that I will wear that jacket for her.
I have to say, I'm really admiring you trying to make a change. She must be a remarkable lady.
No, she is. She makes me really think about slowing my life down again.
You're going about this with curiosity and with care, and that's really all I could ask of you. So I hope that you start the first many valuable, productive discussions on how you make this work together.
Oh, thanks, Josie. I really appreciate it.
I think we've got time for one more, Frank. So who out there is also wrestling with some demons?
All right. Well, we're going to need an exorcism for Anne calling in from Fort Collins.
Anne from Fort Collins, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks. So I'm in this great relationship with I have sort of a sensitive situation going on. I don't want to use real names. Could you give me a name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey.
Sure.
Use me.
Alex. That's a.
I'm in this really great relationship with Alex, but Alex is out of town a lot, and meanwhile, this guy at work. Oh, can I get another name?
Oh, use Mark.
Marcus. Marcus.
Okay, so this guy at work, Mark, we have, I don't know, like an undeniable connection. I mean, at first I hated his guts. I thought he was like a real dud, but he's really been growing on me. I don't know, he's handsome, he's smart, he has a PhD, so Dr. Mark and I have kind of been flirting and I don't know, it's bad, but I don't know, we almost kissed on a work trip recently. Almost. We didn't.
Yeah,
we didn't. I stopped it, but
yeah.
I do have a history of cheating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really ashamed of that, and I don't want to do that again, and I don't want to mess up this good thing I have going with Alex either. But on the other hand, Dr. Mark and I have chemistry. He's right there. I see him every day, and Alex is gone a lot.
He's handsome, of course. Probably very compassionate and clever and
someone who's just your coworker, but you just have a vibe and
I can suspend my disbelief enough to imagine a charming Dr. Mark.
Well, I did actually find out recently that Dr. Mark hasn't, I don't know, been totally honest about who he is, or I don't know, he's not exactly what I thought he was, but I don't know, in a way that almost makes me think about him more. It's just now that he's a real person to me. But Alex, Alex is so sweet and good for me, and my family loves them, and they help me make better choices. We don't eat sugar, and we don't drink when we're together, and I love the idea of who I'll become with more time with them. But is it as hot as this Dr. Mark thing,
It's so interesting that you just breezed over something as egregious as dishonesty. This Dr. Mark has not been fully honest with me, and that should take him right out of the running of potential flirtation recipients.
Yeah, but also then there's part of me that's because I've been cheater in the past, maybe that's who I deserve. It's someone who isn't as honest and pure and good as Alex in a way,
Do you feel that maybe you don't deserve Alex because of your past?
I guess that could be there, yeah.
Does Alex know about your history?
No.
What do you think would happen if she found out?
I don't want to find out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can imagine that'd be very scary.
I definitely don't want to hide things from Alex, but maybe I do belong with Dr. Mark.
How can you find out if Dr. Mark is a viable option or indeed a better match for you unless you act on it? But how can you act on it if you are committed to your Alex, right? That seems to be the predicament.
It's so amazing how much it seems like you know what I'm talking about. And I feel like I could be even better at my job if Mark and I were sort of in a thing and helping each other out more at work. That's just sounds like so much fun and edgy and dangerous and sexy, and we might get ahead or we could get fired. He's
I know that. High risk, high reward. I see.
Yeah, he's just a tall drink of whiskey sour,
And the danger, I know how appealing it can feel. Now, here's something to consider is that what if you throw over something that is profound and intimate and deep and romantic? Maybe you don't actually feel what you feel for Dr. Mark. Maybe it's just the idea of something different and fresh and a little bit exciting. How would you feel if you made a pass at Dr. Mark and found that the spell was broken, the tension was dissipated, and that, now you're just a person I work with that I've kissed. You've potentially thrown away something great for a dud, a lit fart in a wool mitten.
Yeah, that's so poetic. Maybe if I just focus on all the things that annoy me about Dr. Mark, like
Yeah.
just those little pet peeves of
I
mine.
bet there are plenty.
My pet peeves with Dr. Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Like I can just really like magnify those things in my mind, and then maybe I'll be fine.
Ultimately, the question that you have to ask yourself is, do you want to make it work with Alex? Because if that's the case, then that is your number one priority.
Yeah, you're right.
And any flirtation, it feels good now because you have a backup, someone to come home to. If you didn't have that, what would that feel like?
Crappy.
Yeah. Food for thought.
Thanks, Josie.
Oh, I hope that was helpful.
Thanks for just, kind of going on a big journey there to like imagine what that situation might be like. I really felt like you were there with me.
There's nothing I won't do for my cuties. Well, cuties, I want to thank you for showing up and getting the absolution that your souls crave. Sometimes temptation is tricky. Sometimes temptation is just what the doctor ordered. But either way, I am going to be here, ready for you next week to hear more problems, stories, whatever it is you need from me. But keep your hot little hands off those dials, because Frank is going to tell you all about Bridge to the Skate Park.
Coming up, absolutely. Coming up this week on Bridge to the Skate Park, joined the illest crew that ever picked up the litter that just riddles the pedestrian walkway over the skate park in downtown Albuquerque. Join Mort and Dave and Stan as they go around collecting all the little pieces of detritus that find their way onto that bridge above the skate park and making it safer for all the teenagers to do their little Tony Hawk tricks. Bridge to the Skate Park, an immersive, junk-clearing show for your ears. Only on KDNM and the other station.
Nighty-night, cuties.
And that's the show.
That was great. You're great.
Yeah.
Oh, and now you get to see the best part, the credits.
Frank, I'll take them. Why don't you head out? Early night.
You want some alone time?
Oh, here in the studio? Get lost, Frank.
Gone.
Do those doors lock?
Sadly, no.
We could hang a sock.
That's not why I wanted to. I have something to tell you.
Why does this sound like you're breaking up with me?
No, that's your job.
Oh.
Look, when I was at the conference.
You slept with Dr. Mark.
What? No. How did you? Okay, but almost, kind of.
Shame. Those arms.
I'm serious. We had a moment and I almost gave into it.
Okay, and you didn't?
No.
Sorry to laugh, but you thought I'd break up with you?
Well, I went to his room and for a moment there, I wanted to.
Oh, cutie. I don't blame you. He's not even my type.
Why aren't you taking this seriously?
What would you like? Want me to go through your text messages and start throwing things? You went on a work trip with a hot coworker and had a naughty thought. Look, I don't know. I'm not the jealous type.
But you don't deserve this. You're my favorite person.
Oh, and you're mine. Would you like to sleep with him?
I would never do that to you. I'm not that person.
Okay, but would you like to? Cutie, I'm on the road 200 days a year. Let's just say I've dabbled with non-monogamy.
Oh, like those parties where you all put your keys in the bowl and there's a pineapple and...
Look, you're not in love with him, are you?
No, I might hate him.
Then go for it. Look, when I'm on the road, why should you suffer?
Have you? I mean, when you're gone?
Not since we've been together. But you know what? If we get there, we'll talk about it.
You wouldn't get jealous?
Honestly, I'm the type who would want a total blow by blow, but
Oh, no. No. That's varsity. Not yet. But you would?
Yeah. We'll table that for now.
I'm going to need to think about this.
I agree. Sleep on it. Speaking of, I fly tomorrow and I don't want to waste any more time fantasizing about anything other than us.
Oh.
We're all alone at the studio. I mean, that's pretty naughty. Dr. Mark could come in any moment.
He's gone for the day. It's pretty unlikely, honestly.
Fantasy, Joe.
Oh,
Fantasy.
yeah. He could just waltz in and see us here in a state of, would you like that?
Oh, cutie. There is one thing I have always wanted to try.
And what's that?
Josie's Lonely Hearts Club was created by Maximilian Clark and Rachel Music. Their show this week featured the talents of Mike Puckett, Katie Kleiger, Jacob Alden Roa, Marnina Schon, and Sarah Allyn. Their story editor is Aliza Brugger. Josie's is executive produced by the Good Story Guild. Was that good for you?
Oh, I need you out of here right now. Let's go. Now.
Only if you're coming with me.
Oh, that's the plan, baby girl.